isn't enough. Your story, yes, yours could be the spark that changes someone's life. Someone struggling with addiction, with depression, with a battle they think no one can see. For some, that story might be the only thing standing between life and death. So don't wait, don't doubt it, share your story, please. Be the spark, be the light, and together let's build a wildfire of change. Don't doubt it, share your story, please. Be the spark, be the light, and together let's build a wildfire of change. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, but awareness alone isn't enough. That awareness interaction. Your story, yes, yours could be the spark that changes someone's life. Someone struggling with addiction, with depression, with a battle they think no one can see. For some, that story might be the only thing standing between life and death. So don't wait, don't doubt it, share your story, please. Be the spark, be the light, and together let's build a wildfire of change. Don't doubt it, share your story, please. Be the spark, be the light, and together let's build a wildfire of change.
Hey, what's up? Name's Dom. Some people call me the Schlong. Long story, don't worry about it. Usually I'm the guy cracking jokes, talking loud, flirting with my own reflection. But right now, I want to be real with you. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, but awareness alone isn't enough. Turn awareness into action. Your story, yes, yours, could be the spark that changes someone's life. Someone struggling with addiction, with depression, with a battle they think no one can see. For some, that story might be the only thing standing between life and death. So don't wait, don't doubt it. Share your story. Please, be the spark, be the light, and together, let's build a wildfire of change.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month, but awareness alone isn't enough. Turn awareness into action. Your story, yes, yours, could be the spark that changes someone's life. Someone struggling with addiction, with depression, with a battle they think no one can see. For some, that story might be the only thing standing between life and so don't wait, don't doubt it. Share your story, please. Be the spark, be the light. And together let's build a wildfire change.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Here's to all my vices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Crisis, crisis, crisis. I can guarantee there's gonna be a 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 crisis. I wish a medicine could fix me before a razor blade could nix me. I wish a holy man could save me before the devil could erase me. I'm so tired of doctors and pills. The diagnoses have lost their thrill. What's a murderer with nothing to kill? Well, a murderer with nothing to kill can't calm down. Breathe out. I close my eyes and count to 10. I'm not okay, but I pretend. I clench my teeth and hold my breath. I bleed away till I forget. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Crisis, crisis, crisis. I can guarantee there's gonna be a crisis. I can guarantee there's gonna be a crisis. I can guarantee there's gonna be a crisis. I can guarantee there's gonna be a... I close my eyes and count to 10. I'm not okay, but I pretend. I clench my teeth and hold my breath. I bleed away till I forget. I close my eyes and count to 10. I'm not okay, but I pretend. I clench my teeth and hold my breath. I bleed away till I forget. I don't get to forget.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. And it's a danger you might not see coming. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin. up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. A fraction of a raindrop, or 3 grains of salt. Your drugs don't come with an ingredients list. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, or smell it, or taste it. Fentanyl is one of the most common drugs involved in overdose deaths. Know the dangers. Learn the facts about fentanyl and ways to protect yourself at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
A local teenager dead from a suspected fentanyl overdose.
17-year-old daughter is the latest local high school student to die of an accidental fentanyl
dead
overdose.
after taking pills laced with fentanyl.
Each week, the equivalent to a classroom of high school students dies of overdose across the country.
Today, fentanyl is being used by drug traffickers to produce counterfeit prescription pills.
These are completely fake pills.
50% of the counterfeit pills that are out there right now contain potentially lethal doses of fentanyl.
A lot of young adults in America are getting these pills on social media.
Even if it comes from their best friend, it's most likely not safe because the drug supply right now is not safe.
None of us asked to have people we love passing away due to a preventable cause, but that is the thing about it is entirely preventable.
We didn't start this problem, but we can be part of the solution.
The Queen's Light Brigade, we're marching through the night. Electric soldiers, we ignite the fireplace. From the shadows, our voices scream loud. We tell the dying, make the heavens proud. Queen's Light Brigade, guiding through the darkness. Soldiers of change, our spirits reborn. Stand our ground until dawn breaks free. Queen's Light Brigade. Beneath the moon, we will crush the chains of fear. Heavy metal hearts of birds, the spade will clear. Smoke and thunder, it'll break the darkest sky. In the place of truth, watch the darkest sky. Queen's Light Brigade, guiding through the darkness. Soldiers of change, our spirits reborn. Stand our ground until dawn breaks free. Queen's Light Brigade. Flames are free, and watch them burn. Healing like the world will turn. One by one, leaders fall. Victory's call, we hear it all. Queen's Light Brigade, guiding through the darkness. Soldiers of change, our spirits reborn. Stand our ground until dawn breaks free. Queen's Light Brigade.
But awareness alone isn't enough. Turn awareness into action. Your story as yours could be the spark that changes someone's life. Someone struggling with addiction, with depression, with a battle they think no one can see. For some, that story might be the only thing standing between life and death. So don't wait, don't doubt it. Share your story, please. Be the spark, be the light, and together let's build a wide fire of change. Don't
walk the road, and I know it's tough, but you can rise no matter how rough. I'm living proof, yeah, it's not too late. Recovery's real, and it's worth the wait. From the ashes, I built this dream, helping others chase their dreams. I'm not a preacher, just share my view. If I can make it, then so can you, cause I'm Rocket, the queen of the mic, spreading hope and love every single night. It takes two to make a life feel right. It takes two to bring hope to the light. Hit! My stay strong, don't need the old highs. My faith and strength help me rise. No more running, I face my fears, turn struggles into joyful tears. If you're lost, no, you're not alone. You can break free, find your way home. This is my stream, my mission, my art, sharing hope to heal your heart. So let's connect, yeah, let's inspire. Let the world rock a blazing fire. Recovery's power, it's real, my friend. It's a journey that never has to end. It takes two to make a life feel right. It takes two to bring hope to the light. Hit!
Look at your hands as you're gripping those pills. You dance with the stigma, then wake up in chills. You're not alone, not alone. You smile like no one can see through your mask. Too many doctors prescribing your crash, but you're not alone, not alone. I'll be waiting by your side, and I will be here when you're falling to your knees. You can talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Don't be afraid to survive. You can talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. I will be right here waiting by your side. We'll cover your eyes 'cause you need to escape, but reach out to someone before it's too late. You're not alone, not alone. It started with one, now you're desperate and lost. The people you love pay the highest of costs, but you're not alone, not alone. I'll be waiting by your side, and I will be here when you're falling to your knees. You can talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Don't be afraid to confess. I wanna get back to where it started, but I don't know where to begin. Where everything you do is wholehearted, it's a feeling that comes from within. Well, I know, even though it may seem like a notion, I do believe that I will be that old-fashioned mole stuck down in some hole, making mountains out of a hill. It's all about love. Come on, everybody, the greatest gift of all from above is all about love. Oh yeah, it's all about love. Too many souls these days have been so ill-advised. Their minds are all scattered. But those who lie and criticize are just the devil in disguise. It don't even matter. I don't care what they say. I'm gonna spread love any way that I possibly can. Say hello with a smile, and doing it all the while giving a helping hand. It's all about love. Come on, everybody, the greatest gift of all from above is all about love. A world that's undivided, standing more united as one. It's all about love. Caring for each other, share with one another again. It's all about love. Oh yeah, it's all about love. Beyond the sky, there's a love like no other kind. Beyond the sky, look for the signs. Now is the time. Woo! It's all about love. Come on, everybody, the greatest gift of all from above. It's all about love. A world that's undivided, standing more united as one. It's all about love. Caring for each other, share with one another again. It's all about love. Oh yeah, it's all about love.
Hey everybody, this is Rock Queens, everyone coming at you live from my headquarters in Rocklahoma. How's it going? It's Wednesday. How's it going? I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday night. I know I am. I worked all friggin' day on the stream. So I'm all hyped up and wild right now. And also because of Job Monster is the only rocket fuel for this rocket queen. Hell yeah! Woo! How's everybody going here? Huh? Just a reminder, guys, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I am trying to turn awareness into action. Actually, there's this good song. I should put the song on here about action. And it's actually by Dokken. Rockin' Dokken! And all that. But, you guys, first of all, I want to welcome all of you to my stream. I'm doing a lot of changes on my stream. I was actually gonna take like a month off and then just poof, like a wildfire just appear and say, I'm back! But I'm not doing that. Excuse me. So there are going to be a lot of changes, guys, around here. Good changes. And, God is good, guys. God is good. But we are going to talk about mental health, and we're going to talk about self-care and how physical issues, health issues affect your mental health. And I know firsthand because my back pain and everything else. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about feelings. Feelings. And nobody wants to feel... How's it going, honey? I love you. Do you see anything different? Everybody, that's Jim. That's my husband. He's the best husband in the world. He puts up with a lot of bullshit from me. God put us together. I don't know why. Can I dim the brightness? No, I can't. I can probably do it on my camera settings. Well, you can't handle the brightness? Can't make out the light. Oh, what light are you? Oh, that? Are you talking about that in the back? Sorry, guys. He's like my backstage manager. But he works bright red. That is bright red. That is red. You want it to be gray, your favorite color? We'll get it sorted out and all that. We'll get it sorted out. Maybe if we raise like the I know that, all right? I know that. So what we're gonna do, I know. We could probably raise up the Rocktastic sign. And all that. And then, we'll figure something out. I know it's a 30-second delay. That's how it is. I can't help it. It's not too bright. It's... Why don't you start a stream and see how well you do? I've come a long way, baby. And yeah, it still needs to be tweaked and all that. But that's okay. I know it's blurry. It is what it is. You know, I could probably, if I had to fix my I know there's a setting I can do on the camera, but then I would have to go on YouTube, shut down the whole stream, okay, and tweak the camera so the light can be shown and all that crap. Do you want me to shut down the stream? I'm not going to shut down the stream. I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, I apologize for that. Sometimes he's like my pain in the ass crew. Oh no, that was my pain in the ass stage manager, I guess. Actually, he's actually helpful because when he's home, it's like I can't hear you, or you know, you have to raise your volume up a little bit, or whatever. He's still the best husband in the world, though. You know, so he takes care of me and he makes me accountable for a lot of things. Like eating his cheese or something. or getting the raccoon, and and then also like we have 4 cats, but we adopt and then when my sister-in-law died suddenly and stuff, we had a dog, right? He passed away somehow. I don't know how. His name was Monster, but we pretty much got more cats. And no, we're not crazy cat people. They're still at my in-laws, my sister-in-law's house. So, but we have a couple around here and stuff that I guess we adopted. And then we had the possums, and then we had the armadillos, and then we had the raccoons. And I think the raccoons are getting used to me because I took a video of them last night and stuff. And they bring me joy, okay? Where I was at in Jersey, we lived in a suburb of Roxbury, which was Landing, New Jersey. It's right by Lake Apacon, and all that. And so we had black bears there. I ran into one. You know, I think we just scared each other, so especially with this Jersey ugly mug, huh? But they bring me joy. You know, and especially if I'm feeling down, I'm in my head. Do you get like that when you're alone? You just get into your head and you can't really concentrate on anything. and you're doom scrolling, right? And it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. That's why a lot of people don't like silence. Because the voices, I'm not saying everybody's schizophrenic here, but, like the voices in your head or the internal tapes just keep rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and, right? And all that stuff. Even though I love loud music, still, and my right ear has been clogged up for like 2-3 weeks. I can't get it. I don't know what's going on with it. I hope I'm not losing my hearing in this ear, but I should have lost my hearing a long time ago. But anyway, so I want to welcome you guys to my stream and stuff. There's, like I said, there's gonna be big changes. My name is Rocket Queen 71, coming at you live from my headquarters in Oklahoma. And let me tell you about myself for a little bit. I'm in recovery from crack and heroin since 2004, alcohol since 2011. I'm human, guys. I'm human. I still go through depression, anxiety, panic attacks, maybe a little bit of OCD, maybe a little bit of agoraphobia because of my back. Okay? I should have died years ago. I should have died years ago. And I'm very grateful that God gave me a second chance. He gave me a lot of chances, actually. Okay? And, but the last chance was like the last chance. It was like 9 lives for me, okay? So, and I did it for myself. I didn't do it for my mom. I didn't do it for my kids. I didn't do it for the court system. I didn't do it for my probation officer. I did it for myself. And once I did it for myself, step by step, life was getting better. I was getting better. It hasn't been easy, getting myself clean and sober. A lot of times, I mean, I had to stay, like the program says, in AA. I go to AA. I don't go to NA because they tell too many war stories. But if you go to AA, I mean NA or whatever, that's on you. Whatever works for you. But I go to AA. So my mind just went blank. I swear, okay? I swear I had COVID, okay? You know what? And I swear, and it's probably because I'm going through the change of life. I just went blank. I hate that. What was I? Oh my god. Oh, people, places. That's what. All right. So, all right. So, anyway, AA suggests, and they give suggestions. Okay, they don't give advice. They only give suggestions. But they said, I had to stay away from people, places, and things. I'm like, well, that's kind of hard, because it's like an inconvenience. Because there's times where I couldn't go through town. I had to go around the town, which is like 5 miles farther, to go to where I was going. You know that. But then I got used to it. You know. I met up with some people like in a grocery store or whatever, and it was like hi bye, or I bumped into one guy and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, you look healthy." I'm like, "Yeah, you look like death." And I told him that, and he's like, yeah, right, yeah. You know, and he wanted to know where I lived and all that. I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you that. I said, I gotta go. Bye. You know, because in early recovery, you know, it's like you get bored, you're lonely, you don't want to hang around with the people from the program because they talk about AA all the time. You know, it's like, oh man, Martin, they can shut up about that. I've been there, guys, okay? You know? But I needed to hear that stuff. Even if it was over and over and over again. And believe me, it was planting seeds in my head. AA ruins your drinking. And buzzkills too. You get the buzzkills too. If you know, if you're on the drugs. Because you feel guilty and you feel ashamed and you feel like you failed, and you know, that's how I felt. A lot of times I was a chronic relapser. You know, like AA says, we'll refund your misery for you if you want to go back out there. Hope you come back. You never know. And I knew people that were in the program that had 25 years sober, 17, 11, 4, 3. They went out and stuff. And I think 4 people came back. I think 4 people went out. And they didn't come back. But they say, like, where's my big book? I have it in the other room, don't I? Yeah, I have it in the other room, but darn it. I should check. Sorry guys. But they say the big book and how it works. I have to go to any lengths to get my sobriety. Any lengths, because that's what I did for my fix, right? Maybe you did that too, probably, right? And yeah, I went back out after I think 6 months after I got myself clean from the dope and crack and stuff. And believe me, when I went back out with the drinking, I was like drinking a 30-pack a day plus 2 jiggers of Southern Comfort or Black House, or even more than that. Yeah. And I knew, I seriously knew that I was either going to die from the alcohol it was going to be the same way as the drugs. I already knew that because addiction, alcoholism, same thing, is a progressive disease. And believe me, I was at times I'm like, I drank that much? And I would get so nervous when I looked in the refrigerator that I only had like maybe 6 or 4 beers left. I'm like, oh my God, I have to go to the store. I have to go to the store. Oh my God, I have to go to the store. Because the beer in Southern Comfort, they were always there for me. They were always there to be my comforter, my friend, my lover. Everybody, let me down. Not the beer, though. But after a while, it did. It wasn't working for me anymore. And I knew that. But I wanted to see how far I could go with it. I went to a program back in Jersey, an IOP program. An IOP program means intensive outpatient. They have groups, they have classes, educational classes, and they have groups, and you have individual counseling, whatever. It wasn't inpatient, it was outpatient, and they gave you drug tests too. Random drug test. So, but I went on my own will. A lot of these people, and I knew some of them in there, but they were in there because of the courts. I wasn't, but everybody knew me there anyway. The counselors from Detox or whatever, they all knew me. I'm surprised they didn't have a gold plate on above the door in the room I was usually staying at. Excuse me. But so I went there. And I started feeling better about myself. And my husband at the time, Ed, that passed away February 25th, 2011. He told, and that's another thing. My husband told me, I'm not going to be your neighbor anymore. You want your beer? You get yourself. I'm not doing it anymore. And he meant it that time. He meant it. I'm like, yeah, he'll come back around. He's just saying it. But I was feeling good. I was, going to IOP. I think it was 3 times a week. Until I finished the program. And Ed and I got into a big fight before he left for I love you too. Forever. I'm going on, so I have a lot to say, but in person. Love the stream. You rock. Stay tough. Is it a good? Now he's making me wonder. Is it bad? I hope it's all good things. don't you get like that when they say, "Well, I'll talk to you later, but it's gonna be in person or whatever," and you're starting to think negative, right? Oh, all right. Yeah, but except for the lights, right? All right. Whew. I was sweating. I was sweating. I was like, oh my God, what did I do now? My husband puts up with a lot of bullshit from me. He really does. You know, he's a trooper, but he was strong enough to be my man. And he showed me real love, how a relationship should be. We can get into that. But let's rewind a little bit. Excuse me. So I was going to the program and stuff, and IOP, I was feeling good, and everybody noticed it, you know, like my family, my kids, you know, the neighbors, my friends, you know, my husband, Ed, not Jim, all that, you know, yeah, I was feeling good until we got into a big argument. And it was self-sabotage too, by the way. I'll be honest with you, okay? I was just waiting for the right trigger just to go out, okay? Reservations back into your head. How many of you went to rehab or went to meetings or whatever and saying, oh man, I can't wait to get out and get a blast or have some beer, shots? How many have you made reservations in your head? I know I did. I know I did. But so Ed and I got into a big argument because he was going down to Georgia or whatever. So as soon as he left, I call my friend up who drove a taxi just up the road. I said, take me to Pathmark and stuff because I couldn't carry a 30. Well, there's plenty of times I have, but you know, carrying a 30 pack with 2 jiggers, you know, all that. So I haven't, believe me. Ooh. Anyway, so so that night, you know, it's like God, it seemed like she was taking a long time. I'm like, where the hell is she? You know, here I'm pacing. I'm like, oh come on, you know, I'm ready to go. You know. So I call her up again. I said, what's going on with the taxi? We'll be there. We'll be there in about a couple minutes. And I swear to you, okay, whether you believe it or not, okay, this is my belief. If you don't believe in God, I hope you find God one day, but I don't push things on you guys, you know. Everybody's on their own journey, okay? But I truly believe that God did that so I could think, right? What a coincidence, right? Here's, you know, she's all busy with other people and stuff, right? And I'm thinking like, come on, I'm ready to go. But it gave me time to think the drink through. It gave me time to think. You know, to weigh out the pros and cons, like, you know, the consequences and all that, right? And that's why I called her again. Now I would have to think about that crap. I'm like, where are you? Come on, let's go. So, she came like 20 minutes later. I'm like, about time. I used to use with this girl, okay? Back in the day. And stuff. And I'm surprised she was driving a taxi. But anyway. She drives me up to Pathmark and Landing. And I went to the liquor store and they're like, oh, we haven't seen you in a while. How's it going, Vic? I mean, come on. Usually liquor store workers, owners, they know why you haven't been around, okay? It's either you're locked up, you got yourself sober, you know, all that crap, right? Come on. So I go to get a 30-pack of Busch beer because it's cheap. Wasn't the best tasting beer, but it was cheap. And so they were having problems with their refrigerators, their coolers. I'm like, what? So the beer was warm. I hate warm beer. It tastes like bleh, tastes like horse piss. Anyway, the thought of it. Excuse me. So that was probably another sign from God, okay, saying, you wanted to drink, huh? Okay. I'm going to have another deterrent for you. So I got a 30-pack and a pint of Southern Comfort and 7/7 2 jiggers. So I went home and I'm talking to my friend and stuff, and she's having problems and stuff. She might be kicked out of her place and blah 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 and all that crap. And you know, we were talking about a few people that we knew. All that. People, places, and things, right? But you couldn't I mean, I would see the point where, you know, like, well, I wasn't going to use and stuff. I think that's why I drank as much as I did, so I wouldn't go back to the dope or the crack or whatever. Because it will, believe me, a lot of dope addicts will go back to the alcohol. You know why? Do you know why? It's because it's a downer. It's a depressant, just like the dope is. And then they eventually, you know, they go back to the dope. I did that. So anyway, so I got back to the house, you know, and here I'm putting all the beer in my crisper. And I mean, it was warm, man. I was like, oh my God, I want to drink. Come on. And I was about to really drink warm beer. So I put like four cans in the freezer, right? I said, well, I'm going to wait 15 minutes. I couldn't even wait 15 minutes. I couldn't even wait for 15 minutes. That's how desperate I was. I was like, screw it. So I was like, I grabbed one can. It was cold enough, but not, at least it wasn't warm, right? I sat down at my computer. I sat down on my computer by my computer, and let's just say this is beer. It's Alani. This is actually good stuff. It's an energy drink, but it's not like like Rockstar or Monster or whatever. This is actually good stuff. Alani. So I sat down and as soon as I opened it up, I started to cry. I started to cry because I knew it was the beginning of the end. I gave up on everything. I gave up on myself. I gave up on my husband. I gave up on my family. I gave up on life. So I proceeded to drink. Did it make me feel better? No. I try to put on music and rock out and all, what I usually do. Hoping my mom or Sean wouldn't come knocking on the door. That was a problem at times. There was one time where Sean and Ed were like a tag team. And there was one time where I had the beer in the refrigerator and Sean got so angry at me. And he's, I want to give up on you. I don't want you in my life anymore. And this was in the kitchen. And Ed said to Sean, don't give up on your mother. Don't give up on your mother. Don't. And then he's, well, I want to take that beer and just, and I was, this is how insane this was. I stood up. I was stood up, but I was like a security guard at a bank. I was like a soldier at Fort Knox guarding the gold, liquid gold. And I thought me and my son, we were going to have a throwdown. I wouldn't hit my kid. I wouldn't. But, thank God Ed was there. But anyway, but I just want everybody to leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Let me do what I want to do. Basically kill myself with the drinking. And Ed said to me at one point, I don't want to see you killing yourself like you're doing. You're killing yourself. Did I care? No. I thought I was better off dead. You know, I, I was bitter at the world. I was, you know, beer alienates you from people. Addiction wants you all by themselves. Okay? Just you and the beer. You and the drugs. I mean, they would be going out to wrestling matches or doing pickups in, you know, like Indiana or whatever, you know, whatever. But I was getting more insane. You know, I was in my own world, you know. And I was angry really at myself for screwing up. You know, it's a cycle. No, you pick up, you drink, oh, you feel bad, you feel like a failure. Drink again, use again, oh, the shame, and it's a vicious cycle. So, there was one time that Ed and Sean. No, I was with them too, actually. We had to go Pathmark for something, and at the pharmacy, you know how sometimes, like at Walgreens or Rite Aid and stuff, they have those, you know, blood pressure cuffs, automatic blood pressure cuffs. You just sit in it and stuff, and it takes your blood pressure and whatever. Yeah. So, so Ed did that because he had a heart condition. He had a pacemaker. Because he had a heart attack, I think in 1987, 1988, around there, I think. And so anyway, so we got back and stuff, and you know, we got an argument about something else and stuff, and Sean and Ed says my blood pressure's not good. I'm like, yeah. Well, if you were that, this is what I said to him. If you were that sick, you wouldn't be driving to Georgia to pick up a load, or Indiana, or Pennsylvania, or what, you know, you wouldn't. If you were that sick, you wouldn't be going. And then Sean, tag team, right? Slap. Sean comes in saying, "Mom, you don't know, he's being real serious. I saw his blood pressure. It's not good." I'm like, yeah, whatever, you know. And there's a few times where I told him, I said, I hope you fucking drop dead. Okay? I felt guilty about that. Trust me. I felt really guilty about that. Because little did I know, you know. So I was still drinking and whatever, and Ed was pretty much, you know, sleeping at hotels or just sleeping in the stinky old van or whatever, you know, because he didn't want to be bothered with me and stuff, the way I drank. I mean, I was getting really nasty. Yeah, you know, Hell, I wouldn't even want to be around myself. You know. I mean, I was a real bitch, you know, and I was really nasty to him. Anyway, so in October of 2010, he wasn't feeling too good. And all that, you know, and he came around and stuff, and you know, and we were trying to talk things out, and we got in an argument again, whatever. And he says, "Well, you know that my pacemaker shocked me twice up by the path mark." I'm like, "Well, you didn't tell me that." But in my mind, I'm like, "Yeah, he's just saying that just to, you know, make me feel guilty and all that stuff, right?" This is how insane I was getting. Then he said, "Well, in Indiana, when I was waiting for a load, I fell asleep. They thought I was dead because I just, you know." But he had a cold, you know, and believe me, when you have a cold with a heart condition, you have to watch it because you could get pneumonia, which, you know, it can really affect you. Okay, so he wasn't feeling too good, and you know, and I mean, we were still together, you know, and all that, and he said, "Well, I'm gonna go to the doctors and stuff because I just can't shake this cold." And he said to me, "I don't want you smoking in the truck." And I'm like, "All right, whatever," you know. And you know, I respected that. You know, and so the doctor says, "Well, you know, he you know, came back from the doctors and whatever, and he said, "Well, they said I have um bronchitis." And he says, "I'm taking the Z-Pack and whatever." It wasn't working for him. It was getting to the point with him, he couldn't walk from here to say to that door. Right? And I was like, wow. I mean, he knew he was dying, okay? He didn't want to tell me that, but he knew. Yeah, certain things, when I look back at, say, videos or whatever, he said certain things, I'm like, oh my God, he knew he was dying. Well, anyway, so Thanksgiving comes, and he was really in bad shape. He you know, we went to my friend's house for Thanksgiving and all that, and I mean, we had a nice time and stuff, but we didn't stay long because he just wanted to take a nap. And so, but he was still working. He loved being out on the road. And I was still drinking, you know. And I think he just wanted to, you know, get away from me. He just didn't want to get stressed out and just deal with my bullshit. You know what? So Christmas comes, and he was like, forget it. He gave everybody gift cards. I hate giving gift cards, but that's what he did. And I told him, I said, next year is going to be a better year. Next year is going to be a better year for us. For us. You know, that's what I said to him. Little did I know, New Year's rolls around, and January 15th, you know, comes around, and I call him to talk to him about something, and he didn't answer the phone. I said, oh, he's, probably, in the bathroom or picking up a load outside the truck or whatever. I don't. Well, about 2 hours later, he calls me back. And he says, Vicky, I'm in the Dover General Emergency Room. I love you. I'm being admitted. I was like, what? I went down there. I got a ride down there. And there he was. They had to incubate him. He was scared, okay? You know what? We almost lost him. And here I am like, whatever. But I pretty much told him that, I held his hand and stuff, and I said, listen, if you pull through this, I don't drink anymore, I'll take care of you, and all that stuff. As soon as I said that, a warm sensation came over me, because I meant it wholeheartedly. And I truly believe it was the grace of God plus the energy from Ed, because he probably knew he was dying, and I need all the strength I can get for what was about to happen. So they shipped him to Beth Israel, Newark, one of the best heart hospitals in the country, because the doctor said he needed a heart transplant. And they had him in an induced coma. And I checked, the waiting list for getting a heart in New Jersey is like a couple. It's just, he wasn't gonna make it. He wasn't gonna make it. Valentine's. Hey, what's up? Ribbit, 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 ribbit. How are you? I was just talking about my life story. Well, not all my life story, but how I quit alcohol. All that. So anyway, how are you? How's Lolly? I hope you guys are doing good out there in Indiana. Every time I think about Indiana, I think about Ed, because he had to go to Indiana a lot to go to Mopar. to pick up parts and like cars and all that crap, trailers. Hey! Here, hold on. Woo! Nope, I think I just did. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. No! Wait, hold on. I don't see. See what you. See? Wait, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. No. Hold on. Mother. Hello. Oh my God. All right. I missed you guys. I've been going through a lot too, but what about? Let's not talk about. Oh all right. I'm okay. Enough about me and stuff. I want to know about you guys. How you feeling? How you doing? Whatever. Yeah, you are. Look what happened, huh? Huh? I should ban you. Yeah. How dare you do that? I'll tell you one thing and stuff. If you and me got together and we went out in the town, forget it. We would be double trouble. We would be like Thelma and Louise. But anyway, who broke his? What happened to his back? Wait, hold on. You hurt your back. I'm sorry to hear that. You know me and my back pain. Yeah, you know, wait. That gives me an idea. Oh my God. That gives me an idea. I have so many ideas in my freaking head. You put them to work. I bet you he put you to work too. Let's not. All right, I'm not. This is a family-friendly stream. Oh God. But I hope you're better. Yep, that'll do it. I still lift up heavy stuff, like the bottled water. I got some free stuff, including 2 concrete planters that he put in the car for me. Oh, so you made him get a bad back. Wow. That's grounds for divorce right there, I think. I still lift up heavy stuff, and Jim always says, why you do that to yourself? Well, I want to prove to me and everybody else that I can still lift up heavy stuff. You know why? Because I'm from Jersey, and I have a hard head, and a hard head makes a soft ass. And my husband loves my soft ass. Wink, wink. Anyway. Exactly, and that's why I lift up, the water bottles and stuff. And that's why I try to cook for him. Love hurts, right? Wait, hold on. Love hurts. We should play that song by Nazareth. Jim made a video. He made a video called Love Hurts when we used to play on Xbox together, and we were like the Bonnie and Clyde of GTA 5. And all that. And he made this video called Love Hurts, and it's the funniest video. But yeah, hurt. That's right. John Mellencamp. Hurt so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. See, you're making me sing now. My voice is not like it used to be. Because I used to... Oh, well. What? Which one? Wait, hold on. Is it on YouTube? I don't know if... Wait, hold on. I'll find out. Wait, we're not watching it, but wait a minute, hold on. Let me just check it out real quick. Maybe it was on... No. Maybe... Oh, yeah, the first... Oh, my God. Yeah, the first date. Yeah, but that wasn't Love Hurts. That was, I forget the song. Yeah. Yeah, that's... Yeah, that's what we used to do. That was our dates. I mean, he was here in Oklahoma, right? Hickville, Oklahoma. I was living in Jersey and stuff. And that's how we did things together. And thank God for Skype. Oh, the Battle of Rocket Queen, or In My World, or whatever. Oh, hold on. I'm looking. Oh, I'm looking. Oh, wait. All right, hold on. All right, wait a minute. It's this one, right? He wants to start a YouTube channel. He's been saying that for years. And he actually finished one video. Or a couple videos. But we have a Dell computer. We have a Dell computer, and it's always been giving us problems. Like it wiped out a lot of the files that he had on there. I love him.
I hear her voice through the mic asking, what world do we conquer today? While we're lounging on the deck of our yacht in GTA. And
I miss playing games with him.
Liquor store.
You know, they're coming out with GTA 6 now. But I don't think I want to play it because it's too woke.
She's a VIP.
But I miss playing games with
That's
him.
what she'll always need of me. And it's in this world we have all the money we need. And I cry, baby, can you save me? I'm trapped behind enemy lines. And she laughs in her mic and says, honey, what'd you do this time? And I said, baby, I'm hit and I have no ammo to spare. With a smile on her voice, she says, honey, I'm almost there. Cause here we're under constant attack. And right before everything goes black, you see it's in this world we have each other's backs. Now we're in these worlds when we play these games, we lose ourselves, it takes our pain away. Oh, we are one, just having fun. Yeah, we know that life we're still worlds away. And she cried, I think I'm firmly lost on Mexico. Oh, I've done shovel home, so I don't know where to go. So I'll be here in this cactus tree. Oh, I'm lost in this world. Honey, would you please find me? You all know she's my joy and pride. I would search hell far and wide. And it's in this world forever right side by side, side by side. Side by side.
Can't stay long tonight. Is it's a work night. Plus the doggies have to get out and to bed. Thank you. So cool you found each other. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. God put us together. You know, and believe me, it's not a coincidence either. He is my first sober relationship. And believe me, I fought him all the way with this. But guess who won? Guess who won? Who would have thought a Jersey girl would move out to Oklahoma? And you know what? I'm glad I did move out here because Jersey's crap. I'm so proud that I'm from Jersey, but it's It's really bad though. And I wasn't looking for it either. And it all started with a small a music video that I did called I Am Rocket Queen. That was my calling card. And he put a comment on the video saying nice choice of music. I said, it's gonna be better. This is my first video, blah blah blah, whatever. Well, you both won too. And we were like the best love story on Xbox. Everybody was cheering for us because we had, like the date videos and, we were like the Bonnie and Clyde and stuff. And I still have because he came to Jersey for a week. Okay? And I still have the banner that I made when he came to Jersey. If I see, I don't know if you can. No, I can't. Oh. Yeah, you can't. I can't because it's gonna like pull out the wire in the back there and everything. But yeah. And my mother didn't want me to come out here. She was happy for me, right? All happy, yeah, but as soon as I said, yeah, I'm moving to Oklahoma, she gave me this look like, no, you're not. She even told Jim. She wrote a letter to Jim. I didn't know about it. Well, he told me, right? But she wrote a letter to Jim saying, and she's codependent, okay? But she gave me a lot of tough love. Oh, all right. I think I told you that. She made me the woman I am today. And I'm very grateful. Yeah! Because she can't control me now. Or, you know what I mean? Like, she wrote Jim a letter saying, I'm paraphrasing, she says, Jim, Vicky is my daughter and she's obligated to take care of me. And that rubbed him the wrong way. Okay? But he was respectful. He didn't write her back either. You know what I mean? All my friends out there back in Jersey, they're like, listen, go out there, be happy. You deserve to be happy, Vicky. Go. Just go. And at that time, like, Sean, my son, because he was with my mom, all right? My mom raised him throughout his life until he was 29, all right? But he would come down to my house, right, and say, Mom, I think Grammy has dementia or something. Something's off with her. Like, oh, no. I was in denial with that, with her. Okay? Because we would go, say somewhere, whatever, and she missed a turn or whatever. Something was off, right? But no, I was in denial with that. Right? And he would say, Mom, I think she has dementia. I'm like, no, she does. No. Because, I think if I truly believe this. If, say, she did have dementia officially diagnosed at that time, I don't know if I would be here right now. I'm just saying. I don't know that. You know what I mean? But she got diagnosed, and I didn't talk to my mom for a year. Because she was so mad at me. Okay? She was mad at me. And then she wrote a letter to me saying, Vicky, call me. That's all she said. And like, wrote, like, Vicky, call me. I'm like, really? What? Really? And she didn't even say goodbye to me when I moved or anything. All right, that hurt. She didn't say good luck to you both. Nothing. That hurt me. And then, you know, and I say to people, yeah, she says she's proud of me, but she never said, good luck to you, I'm happy for you, you know, enjoy your life in Oklahoma. No, it was for selfish reasons why she wanted me to stay back. But, you know, but she was officially diagnosed, like she ended up in the hospital and stuff, and she was officially diagnosed. But I asked Sean, I said, well, you know, she never, and that's another thing with my mother too. She never wrote any release forms for me to ask the doctor anything. It was Sean. I didn't understand it. You know? So I asked Sean, I said, does she know that she has dementia or whatever? And like Sean said no. I said, what do you mean no? She has to know. So I asked a couple of friends that have parents or aunts or relatives that have dementia. And I said, did they ever tell, you know, your loved one or whatever that they had dementia? And they said, yeah. My mom was weird like that, okay? She would write releases for Sean, but not me. I don't, you know, whatever. But now she's in a nursing home back in Jersey, and I did talk to her the other day. You know, because it was Mother's Day and everything, and but she asked. But the thing is, she asked for Jim. She has no like a friend of mine told me. She has to accept it that you're out in Oklahoma. She has no choice but to accept it. I give her gifts, you know, for her birthday and Christmas and, you know, and you know, Mother's Day and Valentine's Day, whatever. You know, I did get her a phone for a room, you know. But with me, I feel guilty that she's in there because after all she's done for me and my kids, you know. But oh well, you know, that's life, you know. But I do get stressed out every time I call there because it seems like, you know, the front receptionist says, "Hold on," and then, you know, it's like ring, 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 and I have to hang up and go, oh my God, I'm like, I'm in Oklahoma, okay? And he said, "Oh, we'll you know, connect you to the nurses station." Ring, 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 ring. No answer. I call them back saying there's no answer. And I actually made a complaint against them the other day. You know, but I hope, Froggy, you put ice on your back. Don't use the heating pad because I found out that the heating pad makes it worse. It's really hard to take care of it. A parent that has dementia, a lot of times it's better for them to be in a home that's capable of taking care of them. Well, I felt guilty because, well, all right. My father's parents, all right, Pop and Grandma, all right. pop had to put grandma in the nursing home, okay? I got really upset about it, right? But he passed away first before she did. And then my dad, and then her. But anyway, so yeah, I can understand that because my grandfather was going through health problems too. And plus, having a nurse come to your home every day, a lot of money. All right, and that's why he did it. All right. And so we have a power of attorney for my mother. But she actually forced him to be the power of attorney. This is how she gets. With no signature, nothing. Just one day, she calls Tommy, because Tommy's like a little brother to her, right? Saying, Tom, you're my power of attorney. Just like that. And boy, anyway, and he's an undertaker too, by the way. He's retired and whatever, and he just lost his wife about almost a year ago. Anyway, so I started talking to Tommy, and stuff. And he's like, well, she's better off there. She was really in debt. And I found out a couple other things that happened while I wasn't there either, which got me really upset. But I don't want to get into that. But Tommy's like, hey, if you want her out there, I'm like, she's not going to come out here. I want her to come for a visit, my mother-in-law. Because my mother-in-law used to write her letters and stuff, cards. And they talked on the phone a couple of times. And my mother-in-law would say, well, I'd like to see Sean and, Christy and the baby, because I have a grandbaby and stuff. That's another story in itself. And I want to see him. I said, Ma, she's in a nursing home. She can't come out. And then my mother-in-law passes away, and because my mother-in-law was like, a mother away from home, but my mother used to say to me, well, I'm going to come home in a week. They're going to give me, in a couple of days, they're going to let me go home. And I would say, what? So I would call Tommy up. I said, Tommy, she thinks she's going home. What's going on with that? Because they moved all her stuff out of the house. And that got me upset because I couldn't be there because it takes money to get to Jersey. So I don't know what I have for my family, keepsakes or whatever. But now she's like, well, don't worry about me. Sometimes it's like reverse psychology, But yeah, she's being taken care of, and everybody loves her there. She's flirting with the men. I said, well, you better not get an STD there. And then, you know what she told me? And I'm like, Mom, why? Why you had to say this? So she says, well, yeah, I'm flirting with all the men. I have a boyfriend, whatever and stuff. I said, yeah, you better not get an STD. She says, STD? Really? I said, yeah, there's a rise of STDs in nursing homes. Thanks to Viagra, right? And so she says, well, me and her father, we used to love when I was in the hospital and stuff. I swear. And I don't know why and I can imagine what the nurse was thinking when she said this. Because I'm sure the nurse was there at the nursing station. She said, well, yeah, your father and I used to love doing it in the bathroom and stuff. I'm like, what? What you say? What? rise of STDs in nursing homes now. I can even show you. I'll show. It's a fact. I just don't throw stuff out there. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I can't even. Yeah, here. Where do you want to go? Well, this is, we'll go here. There! Sexually Can you believe it? I mean, really? I mean, sexually transmitted diseases in nursing homes. Rates of sexually transmitted. Oh my God. Hey, if they don't have any teeth, if I'm not going there, okay? I'm not going there. I don't want to go there. I don't. I was gonna say it, if yeah. I'm saying, if some women, hot to trot women and stuff, they take out their false teeth and, hippity hoppity, hippity hoppity. Anyway, but yeah, rates of sexually transmitted diseases or STDs in elderly Americans are rising, including among nursing home residents. While most cases of STDs in nursing home residents result from consensual sexual activity, some may be the direct result of neglect or abuse on the part of the facility staff. They had a few people in nursing homes here that the staff raped them and stuff. Unbelievable, right? It's unbelievable, but I hope to God my mom's not doing it. I'm just, now I'm thinking about it. I called there one time and a guy picked up the phone. And then I was talking to him and he says, yeah, well, I'm feeding your mother breakfast. I'm like, what? Feeding my mom breakfast? What, scrambled eggs? Like, you know what I'm talking about. Wink, wink. I was like, anything goes today, nothing's sacred. That's how the world is today. But I hope your back feels better. Use a lot of ice packs. I put a lot of ice packs on my back. And plus, I'm on medication too. That's not addictive, but you can get addicted to aspirin though. But and yesterday I twisted and fell. I twisted my ankle and fell, and that was forget it. Yep. I don't want any back surgery. But there's times where it gets so bad where I'll sleep all day, like, and you know what? That's a good segue, actually. What we're gonna talk about. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we can't just get people to be aware of mental illness. We have to turn it into action. We have to do something about it. We have to do more about it. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So Froggy, you deal with back pain and and all that, right? Maybe other things. A lot of us go through our aches and pains. But it does affect our mental health. It affects my mental health. I know that. A long-term physical illness or a lifelong or chronic condition like diabetes is more likely to lead to stress, worry, or anxiety, or chronic pain issues too. It's not just diabetes, but is more likely to lead to stress, worry, or anxiety, especially over appointments or test results, low self-esteem, or feelings around discrimination or stigma. I had the other day, I have to bring this up too, actually, as I light up a cigarette. I shouldn't even be lighting up a cigarette. But thanks for joining me, guys. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Just by being here is enough. I don't ask for much. The other day I had an appointment for a CT, a CAT scan on my liver. I'm sorry, for my lungs. And I have video where in the morning, I was going through a mini panic attack because my back was hurting. I could hardly walk. I was that close to canceling it. But if you cancel, even if it's the same day, you get charged for it. That's how they get you. So we went, and it only took like 2 minutes. Oh, and we when we got to the hospital in OSU, they had we parked in the parking garage, and there was stairs. I said I can't go up those stairs, and so thank God there was an elevator. But we didn't wait that long. And so she asked me, we had to pay like $315.11. Yeah! It is. It's bullshit. Insurance is a scam anyway. I'm getting sick and tired of insurance and stuff. Yeah. I there was one time I didn't want to go. Right? And stuff because I was having a panic attack. I didn't want to deal with it. Right? So we canceled. They charged us. I don't know how much they charged. He would know. Jim would know. They charged us. But if you miss 3 appointments, you're out. They're not gonna see you anymore. And that's a bunch of crap too. But anyway, so anyway. So the girl asked me, the radiologist said to me, how much do you smoke? And listen, I'm at the age, I'm 21 with 34 years experience. I was even honest with the doctor and stuff. I smoke 2 packs a day, probably even more, especially when my back is really bad, you know. And my father died when I was 16 of a brain tumor, but he died from alcoholism. He died from emphysema. He died from everything, okay? But I can still see my father like that way, coughing, you know, his eyes bulging out, and but at that time in 1987, you could still smoke in the hospital. So anyway, so the girl said, "How much do you smoke?" I said, "Well, yeah, you know, like 2 packs, but sometimes even more because of my back." And I mean, I have, look, you know what? Where is it? Look, see this? Oh, you can't really see. All Nicorette gum in here. It's right there. I mean, you know. So, I am getting honest about my smoking cigarettes. All right, because there are times where I'm like, whatever. And plus, my weight doesn't help either. Okay, let's be real. I made a milestone a couple weeks ago. I was so proud of myself. Guess how much I weighed? 249. Not good. Not good at all. And it's because of my back, where I can't really, if my back hurts, I can hardly walk. I don't get out that much, only to the hospital or ER, or no. It's all because of my back. You know, but I've been honest about my smoking cigarettes. That's all I smoke. I'm not California sobering it. All right, I don't believe in that. Anyway, so, but whatever works for you, you know, I'm not. I love you too. I'm not gonna hug you because you're gonna. You have a good night too, and don't make Froggy work so hard. And thank you for dropping by. There's going to be a lot of changes to the stream. So, we'll see if we can pull it off within a month. But, like I said, if you smoke pot or whatever, that's on you. All right, wait. I'm gonna do this just for you, okay? And if my camera gets screwed up, guess what? You're gonna get me a new camera. All right, hold on. Wait a minute. Here, right, 1, 2, 3. There. Hey, look at that. You were lucky. I'll drop by on your stream too on Tuesdays, right? At 7, right? If I'm correct on that. I know it's at 7. Tuesdays are. Anyway. But like I said, if you guys, smoke pot, California sobering it, that's on you. I don't believe in it because a drug is a drug is a drug. And of course, a lot of people are like, "Well, you're on medication for your back and stuff." So it's my brother-in-law, my nephew-in-law does it with his wife, but that's them. It doesn't bother me. If I go over there and they're smoking pot or whatever, it doesn't bother me. That's what I don't go over there that much because I have no common interest with them. But they're still family, but still, you know what I mean. But there was one time where I was thinking about CBD oil, but to me that's like snake oil. I'll just stick to like Icy Hot and Ben Gay and or the old people screamed. That's my choice. Whatever you do to your body or whatever you do for your recovery, that's on you. Because recovery is really it's not an one size fits all type thing. You know what I mean? But they are doing more study. Well, all right, let's not talk about pot. But anyway, so I am getting, like I said, getting more honest with my smoking cigarettes, and yeah, they're filtered cigars, okay, but they taste like cigarettes. Do you know? I'm gonna give you a very interesting fact. If you're a smoker of cigarettes, you can't get cigarettes online because Obama signed that into law, because of the taxes, right? I get these online. I get them at the Florida Tobacco Shop. Do you know why? Because they're cigars. And do you know why it's only cigarettes that are banned from the internet? You can't buy them from the internet, whatever. It's because a lot of senators smoke cigars. Interesting fact, right? That's why I can get these for $9.99 a carton. And now sometimes I had to get a carton of cigarettes. And here a carton of cigarettes costs what? About $70. My mother-in-law, I said, Ma, you have to if you're going out, get me a carton of cigarettes. I'll pay and stuff, or I'll get, and she goes to Jim. She said, you know what, Jim? Those cigarettes cost $70. Woo, that's expensive. $70 for a carton of cigarettes. Yeah. So you know what I do? They have bundles of cigarettes, like 5. You can get 5 cartons for, like, say, $43, or for a discount price, and that's how I get them. And so Jim said to me, "Well, you're gonna quit smoking, right?" And I'm like, well, I'm gonna smoke my cigarettes first. I'm not gonna, I spent money on them. I'm not gonna just, throw them out in the garbage or anything. So that's my excuse. But yeah, so I had a CT scan. I asked the radiologist and stuff. I said, well, when am I gonna get my test back? She said, well, you can go to my chart, or you can, the doctor will get it maybe tomorrow or next week. It's okay. So Saturday comes around, and like I was in the living room watching something, and Jim gets up from bed and says, "Here, it's the doctor." You know what that means, right? So she basically said that she said there's 2 nodules on my lungs. One in my right lobe on my lung, and one some other place in my left lung or whatever. But they're benign. They're benign. No cause for alarm and stuff. And I said, hold on. And I got Jim out of bed again. I said, I want you to hear this. And then, like, I actually cried, okay? I think it was out of relief, but at the same time, it's like, I guess it's a good scare. You know what I mean? So, I told the doctor about my father, what he went through and whatever. But every year I'm gonna, get the CT scan for my lungs. So, yeah. It's really time to think about I know a lot of people, like, when they quit, they set a date and all that, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So, but I have to be more proactive when it comes to my lungs and everything else, really. My biggest concern is my back, and it affects my mental health a lot. I mean, especially if we make plans to go out somewhere, and we can't go because of my back. It sucks. You know what I mean? And that's why I've gained so much weight. And plus, I love to cook, but I don't cook that much anymore because of my back. I can't stand up for that long. I can't, if I say lift heavy pots to say do pasta or whatever, and I can't do that. So we get frozen food. We get, TV dinners, frozen TV dinners, and all that. I'm getting sick of it, to tell you the truth. and then I get down on myself for it. You know, I feel like I'm failing as a wife with Jim, which I know is not the case, but that's my way of thinking. You know, let's see. The mental health. No, I'm not going to do that. Oh, select your nation. Oh, this is. Oh no. Here we'll go to the National Institute of Mental Health. You know what, guys? I had to stretch, and I had to get an ice pack for my back. I will be right back. Hang tight, and thank you for being here, guys. Thank you. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Just by you being here is enough. I'll be right back, guys.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. If we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow.
Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you
changes someone's life. Someone struggling with addiction, with depression, with a battle they think no one can see. For some, that story might be the only thing standing between life and death. So don't wait, don't doubt it. Share your story, please. Be the spark, be the light, and together let's build a wide fire of change. Don't doubt it. Share your story, please. Be the spark, be the light, and together let's build a wide fire of change.
Hey, what's up? Name's Dom. Some people call me the Schlong. Long story, don't worry about it. Usually I'm the guy cracking jokes, talking loud, flirting with my own reflection. But right now, I want to be real with you. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, but awareness alone isn't enough. Turn awareness into action. Your story, yes, yours, could be the spark that changes someone's life. Someone struggling with addiction, with depression, with a battle they think no one can see. For some, that story might be the only thing standing between life and death. So don't wait. Don't doubt it. Share your story. Please, be the spark, be the light, and together, let's build a wildfire of change.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. And it's a danger you might not see coming. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. A fraction of a raindrop, or 3 grains of salt. Your drugs don't come with an ingredients list. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, or smell it, or taste it. Fentanyl is one of the most common drugs involved in overdose deaths. Know the dangers. Learn the facts about fentanyl and ways to protect yourself at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Every day's the same. All the liquor in the world can erase your pain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's to all my vices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Crisis, crisis, crisis. There's gonna be a crisis. I can guarantee there's gonna be a crisis. I can guarantee there's gonna be a crisis. I can guarantee there's gonna be a crisis. I wish a medicine could fix me before a razor blade could nix me. I wish a holy man could save me before the devil could erase me. I'm so tired of doctors and pills. The diagnoses have lost their thrill. What's a murderer with nothing to kill? Well, a murderer with nothing to kill can't calm down. Breathe out. I close my eyes and count to 10. I'm not okay, but I pretend. I clench my teeth and hold my breath. I bleed away till I forget. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Crisis, crisis, crisis. I can guarantee there's gonna be a crisis. I can guarantee there's gonna be a crisis. I can guarantee there's gonna be a crisis. I can guarantee there's gonna be a...
Hello. On behalf of Rocket Queen 71, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you are struggling with drugs, alcohol, and/or mental illness, please contact someone you trust or contact your local behavioral health center. If the situation requires immediate action, please call 988. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, formerly known as the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, provides free and confidential emotional support to people in suicidal crisis or emotional distress 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, across the United States. No matter what problems you are facing, whether or not you are thinking about suicide, if you need someone to lean on emotionally, there's no shame in asking for help. You are not weak for asking for help. You're not alone.
Your hands as you're gripping those pills. You dance with the stigma, then wake up in chills. You're not alone, not alone.
I'm not globally known, but I found my voice, sharing strength and hope. That's my choice. I've been down, yeah, I felt the pain, but I broke those chains and reclaimed my name. No more shadows, I'm stepping to the sun. Recovery's my story and it's just begun. So listen close, I got something to share. From the depths of despair to the freedom of care. Since 2004, I've been crack free. 2011, I let alcohol be. Now I'm living a life that's blessed and strong, helping others find where they belong. So let's go, cause it takes two to make a life feel right. It takes two to bring hope to the light. Hit it! My name is Rocket. I got a new concept. Turn the pain into power, that's the next step. I walk the road, and I know it's tough, but you can rise no matter how rough. I'm living proof. Yeah, it's not too late. Recovery's real, and it's worth the wait. From the ashes, I built this dream, helping others chase their dreams. I'm not a preacher, just share my view. If I can make it, then so can you. Cause I'm Rocket, the queen of the mic, spreading hope and love every single night. It takes two to make a life feel right. It takes two to bring hope to the light. Hit it! My stitch strong, don't need the old highs. My faith and strength help me rise. No more running, I face my fears, turn struggles into joyful cheers. If you're lost, no, you're not alone. You can break free, find your way home. This is my stream, my mission, my art, sharing hope to heal your heart. So let's connect, yeah, let's inspire. Light the world like a blazing fire. Recovery's power is real, my friend. It's a journey that never has to end. It takes two to make a life feel right. It takes two to bring hope to the light. Hit it!
I wanna get back to where it started, but I don't know where to begin. Where everything you do is wholehearted, it's a feeling that comes from within. Well, I know, even though it may seem like a notion, I do believe that I will be that old-fashioned mole stuck down in some hole, making mountains out of a hill. It's all about love. Come on, everybody, the greatest gift given from above is all about love. Oh yeah, it's all about love. Too many souls these days have been so ill-advised. Their minds are all scattered. But those who lie and criticize are just the devil in disguise. It don't even matter. I don't care what they say. I'm gonna spread love any way that I possibly can. Say hello with a smile, and doing it all the while giving a helping hand. It's all about love. Come on, everybody, the greatest gift of all from above is all about love. A world that's undivided, standing more united as one. It's all about love. Caring for each other, share with one another again. It's all about love. Oh yeah, it's all about love. Beyond the sky, there's a light like no other kind. Beyond the sky, look for the signs. Now is the
May is Mental Health Awareness Month, but awareness alone isn't enough.
Turn awareness into action.
Your story, yes, yours, could be the spark that changes someone's life. Someone struggling with addiction, with depression, with a battle they think no one can see. For some, that story might be the only thing standing between life and death. So don't wait, don't doubt it. Share your story, please. Be the spark, be the light. And together let's build a wildfire change.
Hey everybody, I'm Rock Queen 71 coming at you live from my headquarters in Rocklahoma. It's Wednesday. I hope you're having a wonderful, relaxing night. I hope you're not going through aches and pains. I hope life's not dragging you down. I hope you're not getting sucked in to the darkness. I hope you're staying away from the white noise. And boy, there's a lot of white noise out there and stuff, but we're not going to get into that tonight and stuff, even though I want to. Especially with the Epstein files and Dan Bongino and bullshit. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, but thanks for being here, guys. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Just by you being here is enough. May as Mental Health Awareness Month. Yeah, I'm sorry it took so long. I had to go to the bathroom. I got the ice pack. Wait, I can't. And all that, and excuse me. Yeah. I'm sorry it took so long. But and plus I had a stretch. And yeah. It pains me, my stretch, and I try to, oh boy, you know. But I'll tell you one thing, I'd rather feel pain than being 6 feet under, right? Things could always be worse, right? So, you know, like I said, I'm grateful that I'm still here on this earth. And God made me stay on this earth for a reason. He gave me a purpose, and that's just to help others. You know, I don't do this for the money. I'm hoping to really, I have a plan. Well, sort it's in my head. I have all this stuff written down and stuff on my desk. I'm hoping that, well, what's the date? I'm really hoping by maybe July 1st that this whole setup will happen. I'm hoping. You know, it's gonna be a whole new platform. My mission is still gonna be, you know, sharing my experience, strength, and hope with people that are struggling with drugs and alcohol, you know, and mental illness. That's always gonna be my mission. But I want to take it one step further, and it takes time. It takes a lot of planning, and it depends on my back too. Because if my back's really killing me, I don't come on here. Well, I try to come on here, and then these chairs suck. Okay, I want an office chair. You know, So I do have plans, and you know, we'll see what happens with them. But as you can see, I'm gonna tell you something, guys. About 2 months ago, our area, okay, had a wildfire. There were wildfires all over the place in Oklahoma. You know, and of course you wouldn't think it would happen to us. Well, it did. We were that close to losing everything. That close. There's actually a hole in that corner, like outside, not inside the house, outside, where I don't know what, like a branch or something hit it, like that was on fire, I guess, and melted some of the skirting. So there's a big hole in the skirting. Good for the cats, right? Good for the raccoons and all that stuff. And when I walk out there now, I see green. You know, you can tell it was still wildfire, but I see green. But I still see remnants of, you know, what happened a couple months ago. And I had post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm not gonna lie about that. I was like, yeah, I know you were. I know you did. You were there, and thank you for your support with that. I thought I was just gonna forget it. I know my cell phone service sucks. Well, I was grateful, but at the same time, I was just like, you know, you could tell if we replayed certain parts of the streams that I did outside, you could tell I would just forget it. You know, thank God. And I still say this, okay? I always say this. This whole property is like a family compound, okay? It's been like that for years, except for in the back here, Jim's cousin didn't pay his taxes, okay? And then the house was foreclosed on. But that was Jim's grandfather's house that he built. Right? Now this guy named Preston, and Preston, I told him this when I met him and stuff for the first time. I said, Preston, that was my grandfather's name. You know, and so, you know, that was a nice icebreaker, right? But he said, now, Jerry, who's a Vietnam veteran, he's lived here all his life. He raised 3 doctors. 3 doctors, okay? his house is forget it, gone. And I feel so bad for him. They're starting to rebuild and stuff, right? I think they're gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do. We haven't talked to him and stuff, but I felt bad for him. All right. But Preston said when the wildfires, really burned down Jerry's house, it made a turn and was coming. The wildfire was coming straight towards us. Okay. And he's like, I can't believe you didn't lose your house. And I said, you know why? I'll tell you why. Because my mother-in-law, I swear, I love you, Ma. I love you very much. I miss you. My mother-in-law probably went up to God because she had tenacity, okay? She lived to be 94. She made it to her 94th birthday, all right? But she wasn't herself. But even at 93, she was her, tenacity, right? She probably went up to God saying, God, say that property. We've had that property for years. I don't want nothing to happen to that property, God, please. Come on, please, God. And try, okay, Olita. Okay. Because how in hell, excuse me, how in hell was all this saved? Yeah, I know it was God. Okay? But it was my mother-in-law pushing him, pushing God to, do something about it. I had post-traumatic stress disorder. I think Jim did too. In fact, he said he had it and stuff. He's over it. But every time I see a wildfire on TV now or whatever, I just I get really I went through Superstorm Sandy. Okay. Landing, New Jersey was like a war zone. And I lived right across the street from the electric company. Okay, I asked my friend, why can't you do our spot first? And he said, it's all complicated, we can't just do it like that. Anyway, I survived floods. And I survived addiction. Hey! But, and I survived tornadoes. And yes, there are tornadoes in Jersey, not as much though. Not as much as here. But, yeah, I mean, that night, I went to bed. I was medicated and stuff. I went to bed, and all of a sudden, Jim comes running in the bedroom saying, Vic, you gotta get up, you gotta get up, because the fire's about half a mile away from the house. And I was like, well, I was just, and you know what I said? I said, well, can I have a cigarette first? What? Duh. Because I was still trying to wake up, and how you feel all groggy with some medication or whatever. And I'm trying to get my thoughts, and and here he's like getting stuff, put them in like an army bag, one of those big tote bags from the army, putting some stuff in there. Then he was getting all the cats, and whatever. And I just sat, and I'll be honest with you, I just sat on the couch. I think I was in shock. I was petrified. I don't know. I just sat there. And I have some stuff here from Jersey and what, and I think I just came to the conclusion, because I lost a lot of things in my addiction, okay? And I said, well, it's not like the first time it's happened. Not by a wildfire, but through addiction, whatever. You know what I mean? And then we rode off. We rode off to Tank and Tommy. But, yeah. And then we were sitting in the car. My back was starting to hurt. I had to go to the bathroom and whatever. So we went to Brother Mike's house. You know, he's a part of our church family and stuff. He's like an uncle to me, okay? I love him to death. And so, you know, we went to the bathroom, whatever. And I was starting to fall asleep. He said, "Oh, sit here, Vicky. Sit here, you know. Nice, comfortable chair." You know. And I'm starting to fall asleep. He's like, "Well, you can lay down here and stuff." You know, and he, because he has, you know, rooms, okay? So he said, "You can, you know, sleep in here, Vicky, and you and Jim, you can sleep, you know, upstairs or what." And he said, "No, I want to get back to the house." So I got to sleep, and that mattress was like hard as a rock. And listen, I've slept on concrete, and concrete was softer than that mattress. I'm just saying. But excuse me. Yeah. And so you know, I went to sleep, and I really couldn't get to sleep. I fell asleep, but, you know, so Jim called Brother Mike and said, "Yeah, I'm coming to get her and stuff." And Brother Mike gave me the phone and said, "Yeah, he's gonna come and get you, and so you can look at the house." And there's one tree in the back there that was still on fire, but the fire was inside the tree. Yeah, I mean, I was devastated over it. Even though we didn't lose anything, you know. And now these fire companies, these fire insurance companies are limiting fire insurance for the people of Northeast Oklahoma. Hey, Dino! Hiya. How are you this Wednesday evening? Nice to see you here. Just by you being here is enough. Yeah, I was talking about the wildfires that happened like 2 months ago. You know that. Well, I'll tell you a funny story. Back in 2016, well, I fell yesterday. Twisted my ankle, I fell, and my back was, you know, I'm all right. My ankle is still like bad, but you know, and you come on this stream the way I talk. Oh, it's gonna be hard for me to whisper or talk at a normal level like everybody else does. I hope your headache goes away. You've been having headaches a lot lately. Maybe you should get that checked out. Have your head examined. Yeah, it's the thing is too. It wasn't that I was dizzy either. It was with my left ankle where I had the 8 surgeries on. And I twisted it because I was making something in the kitchen and I twisted it, and then whatever. At least I didn't go in the hospital. You know, I called Jim. You know, and I was on the couch. I said, I'm gonna try to get to bed. You know. Yeah. But back oh, I have, especially when I put on my readers on, then my head will throb even more, but not always. Drink plenty of water. Do you know? I'm gonna tell you something. And it works. It's like sort of like a home remedy thing. It's not like anything outlandish, right? But it works. You know what you do? If you have Vicks Vapor Rub, yeah, I used to hate that stuff when my mom used to put it on me. She used to like hold me down because it always burned. I hated that stuff, right? But a friend of mine, because I had a headache. This is a long, long, long time ago. If you have Vicks, you don't put a whole bunch on, all right? You put Vicks on your temples and stuff, right? And maybe just a little across here, right? But just pretty much on your temples, right? And then you put a warm compress on. And it works. It works better than Tylenol. It works faster than Tylenol. I couldn't believe it. So that's your prepper remedy of the day, I guess. Try it out. Tell me how if you have Vicks around, try it out. If it doesn't work for you, oh well, we tried, right? Yeah. But usually just do the temples and stuff. And just lay there and just, meditate. Put some, soft meditative music on. Like Judas Priest. Like, no, Painkiller. You put Painkiller on. And while you're laying there, it'll even work faster, I bet. But yeah, it works. I mean, I'm like, how did he figure this out? Well, my grandma used to do that and stuff. I said, really? I'm like, jeez. So yeah, I went to the hospital, not for my back. It was for a CT scan. Yeah, woo! Yeah, with the way I talk. And I'm talking. I'm not yelling. This is how I talk. Seriously, my husband tells me all the time, stop yelling, stop screaming. I'm like, no, you know this already. This is how I talk. But I think I told you about the CT scan, right? I went for a CT scan and they found 2 nodules on my lungs. As I hack my brains out. They're not cancerous. There's no nothing to be concerned about. My doctor said. But when I was talking to her, I said, "Can you hold on? I want my husband to hear this." So I woke him out of bed again, and I said, "I want you to hear this." And she said, "Yeah, they found 2 nodules, one on my right lobe here, or what? I don't know, whatever." But she says there's nothing to be concerned about. But every year you have to have this test. But when I heard this, I started to cry. And Jim said I overreacted. I'm like, what do you mean overreacted? I was like relieved about the news, but I was scared at the same time. It was a healthy scare though. Like I really want cut down my smoking, cigarettes. I don't do California sober, but anyway, that's neither, you know, I have to get healthier. So it's a good thing. You know? And I even told the doctor about my father when he died when I was 16. He died from alcoholism, but he died from a brain tumor. He died from emphysema. He died, whatever. And Jim's like, why are you telling her this? Like, because I want to tell her. I had it because every time, I think about that, how my father, now this is back in 1987, how, my father was in the hospital, in Moses Cone's Hospital in Greensboro, North Carolina. So my mom and I, we were going to go down there. To see him for the last time, pretty much. He was really in bad shape. And he only, he had one last radiation treatment, and that's all he wanted. He didn't want any more. And they didn't get all the cancer either. The tumor, and he's like, you're not going to cut on me again. But it was funny because my father said, my mom, Karen, I want you to get me a carton of Winston Lights. And my mom says, but you're in the hospital, Al. They're not going to let you. And he says, yeah, they're letting me smoke. They're letting me smoke. And he says, get them in North Carolina because they're going to be a lot cheaper. And she did. But just seeing him, the ritual he did, he would line all the cigarettes in the tray of the hospital, those hospital tray things and stuff, and then he would light up a cigarette, and then he would put it down the ashtray, let it burn down, and he would put it out. and I had to go to the nurse's station for something, and I looked to my left, and there on the tray there, hospital tray, was like a beer, a shot of whiskey or Jack Daniels or whatever, and like they allow you to drink up here too. And this black nurse, her name was Hattie, okay? Real nice, she was a sweetheart. She said, honey, she says they do that. They're allowed to drink, instead of we don't allow them to get drunk, but we allow them to get a little sip or whatever shot, because they're on their last legs. They're about to die soon. And it's like a pacifier. That was back in 1987. And I didn't think hospice was around at that time. Maybe very rarely, but I don't know. But then we went back and he died 2 weeks later, so. But I remember him really coughing, like, and his eyes would be bulging out and whatever. And I cough, and sometimes the way I cough, I mean, it's not good. And I'm still smoking like a chimney. It seems like, But that's how I deal with my pain. I know it's not doing anything, smoking these filtered cigarettes, but I do it just to, But yeah, when you're in chronic pain with your back, or if you're achy and you have chronic pain wherever it is, like say you have a migraine, whatever, it can affect your mental health. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And we, not just you, we have to turn awareness into action. And that's what I'm trying to do. Is, if we're not feeling well with our chronic pain, I mean, I have people to talk to. I'm still in cahoots with my mental health center though, with the counseling. But I'm sticking with them. Jim helps me out a lot. I have the best husband in the world. Much love and respect to you too, Moto. I mean, there's days where I'm really feeling good. I don't want to stop. Like it's either go big or go home, right? And I keep going and going and going and going and going, like the Energizer Bunny, and that's not good either. But it's like I'm running on a natural high because my back is at a tolerable level. And it feels like I'm on top of the world, right? And I'm doing things and all this stuff. And then at the end, it's like, oh, my back, oh. Hard head makes a soft ass. And my husband loves my soft ass. Yes, he does. Wink, wink. My biggest problem is I have to try to find a balance when it comes to when I'm feeling pretty good when my back's at a tolerable level, not to overdo it. They have meetings online. They have meetings at brick and mortar places, for chronic pain issues. I feel like I'll show you a place where I go to, and I've been going there for 15 years, 16 years, whatever. It's called In the Rooms, and I really need to make an ad for this, like an advertisement. Because they've grown a lot since, 15 years. I think they've been on the internet for 22 years, to tell you the truth. And there's other places too. Excuse me. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. There are other support groups for chronic pain and for depression and for mental illness or OCD or whatever. But this place In the Rooms has something for everybody. And you don't have to be on camera either. When you go to meetings, you have a choice whether you want to be shown your face or not. But it's still better going to meetings physically. And during the pandemic, a lot of recovering addicts and alcoholics were having a hard time because they shut every meeting down. But this is just good if you need to go to a meeting or you're feeling an urge or whatever. You can always come here. There you go. Oh, you can't see it. Ugh. Sorry, guys. Hold on.
But awareness alone isn't enough. Turn awareness into action. Your story as yours could be the spark that changes someone's life. Someone struggling with addiction, with depression, with a battle they think no one can see. For some, that story might be the only thing standing between life and death. So don't wait, don't doubt it. Share your story, please. Be the spark, be the light, and together let's build a wildfire of change. Don't doubt it. Share your story, please. Be the spark, be the light, and together let's build a wildfire of change.
Hey, what's up? Name's Dom. Some people call me the Schlong. Long story, don't worry about it. Usually I'm the guy cracking jokes, talking loud, flirting with my own reflection. But right now, I want to be real with you. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, but awareness alone isn't enough. turn awareness into action. Your story, yes, yours, could be the spark that changes someone's life. Someone struggling with addiction, with depression, with a battle they think no one can see. For some, that story might be the only thing standing between life and death. So don't wait. Don't doubt it. Share your story. Please, be the spark, be the light. And together, let's build a wildfire of change.
All right. So this is in the rooms. I've talked about this site a lot. It's really grown and stuff. They've actually started the Star Network not so long ago. If you're in a very abusive relationship, they have support groups for that. Parent alienation support, LGBTQ support, teen tween support, worksite support. You know, you can find treatment through here too. You can even start your own blog, and they have like getting started in recovery. But they have something for everybody here. They have like Celebrate Recovery, which is a faith-based 12-step group. Their focus really is on Jesus is at the center. They have AA, NACA. They have Chronic Pain Anonymous. They have Overeaters Anonymous. They have everything. You know, so so it's, and if you know, even if you're not an addict or alcoholic or suffering from mental illness, and you have a loved one, neighbor, friend, whatever, that's going through addiction and or mental illness, you can always come here, and they have Al-Anon too, by the way. Al-Anon and Alateen, they have, and I have the Al-Anon book right here. That this is what was my sister-in-law's Al-Anon book, Sherry's, and to me this is like a treasure. So they have like a guide for friends, families, and allies, you know, and guide for those seeking recovery. So, but it's much better if you get yourself out to a meeting. You know, at a church or community center or whatever. Because us addicts have to have connection, physical connection, you know, being around people. And that's why during the pandemic of COVID, that a lot of addicts overdosed, they relapsed, you know. So check this out, guys, in the rooms. And they do have, they have dual diagnosis meetings there too, where way back when they used to call it MICA, mentally ill, chemically addicted. Now they used to call meetings double trouble meetings. Now it's dual diagnosis meetings. They have all sorts of groups. Okay. Why is this? All right. So, so we can talk about this for a little bit, and then I have to get off. We can. I've been streaming for like 3.5 hours, and I pretty much want to cut off my streams now at 3 hours. You know, for that balance. You know, not to overdo things. But we can talk about this. And if you are in crisis, guys, if you feel suicidal, homicidal, or you just feel depressed, or you just have a lot of anxiety about something, you can always dial 988 on your phone. And I know this phone seems to weigh 1,000 pounds sometimes, but if you need somebody to talk to, you can call 988, and you can always talk to me in the chat. I'm not a certified drug and alcohol counselor, nor a a psychiatrist or a therapist, but I sure know a whole hell of a lot. School of Hard Knocks. So, and I don't give advice. I only give suggestions. And this whole stream is about respect. If you disagree with what I say, that's okay. If I disagree with you on something, that's okay. That's normal. Don't lash out at people. You know, like people have been doing. People don't know how to communicate anymore. It's sad. So, how long is this? Not very long. So if you're having chronic pain issues, you know what? You know, let's talk about it. I go through chronic pain issues with my back all the time. And my left foot sometimes. So, let's read this from the National Institute of Mental Health. Understanding the link between chronic disease and depression. What is a chronic disease? A chronic disease is a condition that lasts at least 1 year. Back pain and requires ongoing medical attention or limits activities of daily living, or both. Examples of chronic diseases include autoimmune diseases, diabetes, cancer, epilepsy, heart disease, HIV, AIDS, hyperthyroidism, multiple sclerosis, and pain. Can chronic disease lead to depression? People who have chronic disease are at a higher risk of developing depression. Depression can be triggered by anxiety, stress, or other challenges caused by chronic disease. Brain changes from chronic disease, such as Parkinson's disease or stroke. Medication used to treat a chronic disease. A personal or family history of depression or suicide. Like I said, I get depressed a lot with my back pain when it gets really bad. You can ask Jim. I'm miserable. I get very snappy and all that stuff. Research suggests that people who have chronic disease and depression tend to have more severe symptoms of both illnesses. Well, do we read on? Need to tell you the truth, guys. I'm getting really tired now. Oh, can't stop yawning. We can pick this up tomorrow because actually, I'm going to show you something. At Sam's website, if you go there, you'll find that they have a mental health awareness month toolkit. And so, excuse me for excuse me for yawning. But here, I'm a part of SAMHSA. I don't work for them or anything. I get all my information from here, and they have a toolkit here where you can download stuff and do other stuff. And that's where I go. Hold on, excuse me. So, this is a great site to get information about addiction, about mental health, about communities. If you want to try to find support in meeting somewhere or support groups. So you can find a lot of things here. And when I looked at today's date, which is yesterday was the 20th. I go down here, and there you have it. So, week 4 was how physical health co-concurring disorders after affect mental health. And it says physical challenges and serious health struggles in friends and family can impact their mental health. Although we might be able to change someone's illness, we can change on how they experience it. During hashtag MHAM 2025, it takes time to share a meal. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. During MH Let's try this again, huh? All right, so physical challenges and serious health struggles in friends and family can impact their mental health. Although we might not be able to see the change in someone's illness, we can change how they experience it. During hashtag MHAM 2025, take the time to share a meal, take a walk, or listen to music or TV or whatever. It can make a world of difference. Samsung government finds support helping someone. Yeah, so they have a lot of resources here. So use them if you have the resources. But anyway, guys, right now, I can barely keep my eyes open. Yeah. So anyway, so we can continue this tomorrow because on or maybe we can just do something fun. How about that? But yeah, they have guidelines. You know, like like that. So anyway, thanks for being here, guys. I truly appreciate it. Please spread the awareness, but please take action. I mean, we can spread awareness far and wide, but we have to take action, and it all starts with ourselves. And all that. So, and sometimes, doing that is hard. I will admit. Sometimes I don't want to do things I don't want to, but that's normal. So, and even treat yourself. Treat yourself to a new guitar. Treat yourself to a new CD, or whatever they have out now. Anyway, so thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you that showed up because you count. You matter. Just by you being here is enough. So take care, guys. Don't get sucked in the white noise. Don't get sucked into the dark noise and stuff. Back away from the cell phone or TV if you have to. There's nothing wrong with that. And Dean Moto, I hope you feel better soon. And thanks for dropping by. I really appreciate it. So, guys, without further ado, I'm Rock Queen 71 coming at you live from my headquarters in Rocklahoma. Be the fire. Be the fire and create a wildfire of change. Catch you next time. Boop. Like, I can't. Where is it? Well, I need a new mouse. I can't. What the hell is going on here? I don't know. Oh my god. I can't. Oh my god. What is going on? I can't. Oh boy. I can't. All right. figure out what I'm gonna do. All right. Catch you later, guys. Have a wonderful night. Be that spark, guys. Spread that awareness like a wildfire. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Love you guys. Much love and respect and positive vibes to you all.
But awareness alone isn't enough. That awareness interaction. Your story as yours could be the spark that changes someone's life. Someone struggling with addiction, with depression, with a battle they think no one can see. For some, that story might be the only thing standing between life and death. So don't wait, don't doubt it. Share your story, please. Be the spark, be the light, and together let's build a wildfire of change. Don't doubt it. Share your story, please. Be the spark, be the light, and together let's build a wildfire of change.
Hey, what's up? Name's Dom. Some people call me the Schlong. Long story, don't worry about it. Usually I'm the guy cracking jokes, talking loud, flirting with my own reflection. But right now, I want to be real with you. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, but awareness alone isn't enough. Turn awareness into action. Your story, yes, yours, could be the spark that changes someone's life. Someone struggling with addiction, with depression, with the battle they think no one can see. For some, that story might be the only thing standing between life and death. So don't wait. Don't doubt it. Share your story. Please, be the spark, be the light. And together, let's build a wildfire of change.